I think the style of the film evolved, and over the course of 3 years of filming, I think my camera work definitely became much more intimate and much closer. But I'm not a person who likes to have a camera, a foot or 2 feet away from my subject, like the face of my subject. It's just not a aesthetic that I like, and I just feel that you really start to feel kind of like the hand of the filmmaker uh, in there. And I always think to myself, like, what's that, what's that person thinking having the camera like this, even if it's a small camera, having the camera that close? I mean, it's just human to become more self-aware. And then I think that then there's an aspect of self-performance that comes when, when the filmmaker is that close. So, and I think generally I prefer kind of in the shooting and editing sort of a quieter style that that's hopefully, I mean, film and documentary especially is a very highly constructed form because you're creating a reality, a continuous, time and space for a viewer out of very edited footage, right? But hopefully, the style that I try and convey is an invisible style, which some would say that is the most duplicitous style of documentary filmmaking because it's one that doesn't call attention to itself. But also I'm very aware in the editing process of really communicating the experience because I was there filming, every scene, communicating, the actual experience of that day and what was really there, even though it's in a very abbreviated form. So, but generally, I like shots that maybe play out a little bit longer, that are sort of more observational in style, and that's kind of that's generally the approach that I take.